Now, I want to talk about a sensitive topic um, that's happened recently with Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. I touched this on my video. I don't know what the title is. It's like Tory Lanez disses Chance the Rapper on Daystar album with like a bunch of artists I list off, like Bun B. It's one of my fairly recent videos, and I kind of want to talk about this because a lot's happened since that video. And somebody in the comments, when I dropped the Dr. Dre versus Eazy-E video, somebody in the comments was like, you're covering Dr. Dre, who's had accusations of beating women, whatever the case may be, but you penalize Tory Lanez for not even being guilty of what he's done when I didn't do that. You guys watch the video and listen to it, and this is why I created the podcast too, to elaborate more, because I feel like people just want to hear what they want to hear and they don't really listen to what I'm saying. So hopefully this go around, if you're watching the podcast, you can understand what I'm saying. I never said Tory Lanez was guilty. I never said he was guilty. I never said he was not guilty. I just said I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened. And that's how everybody should, approach things. When you hear news come out about a celebrity or anything, unless there's hard, solid proof, you should not be like, oh, he's guilty or she's guilty immediately, and just go with a headline and just go with that immediately. That is the wrong way to deal with headlines on serious topics like this. So I've never done that. If you watch the first video I reported on this whole thing on my YouTube, I never accused Tory Lanez. Sorry, I was about to say Travis Scott, but two T's. And so Tory Lanez of, actually doing what he was accused of, which is shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot, so on and so forth. So I wanted to talk about, what exactly happened, because he just got charged with felony assault. He's facing, I believe,
23 years.
23 years, which is insane maximum
That's
sentence.
insane.
So I wanted to elaborate on my video. I never said that Travis Scott was guilty. I mean, why I keep saying Travis? Tory Lanez was guilty. Sorry, Travis.
It's the meal.
Yeah, so Tory Lanez, I never said he was guilty. What I said was I disagreed, and I blame his team. I blame him. I blame anybody who thought this was a good idea. His execution of telling his side of the story was piss poor, horrible. Like, just horrible. When you tell your side of the story, you don't release an album to sell it to people. This is a serious thing. You don't sit there and sell people things from a serious incident. That's a horrible way of doing something.
Yes.
When something happens, you either stay silent, let your lawyers deal with it, which is what he was doing in the beginning, or you release a statement saying, hey, not all the facts are out. My name isn't, I'm not guilty yet. I'm clear right now. Wait until all the facts come out, and then you guys can make your judgment. You either release a statement, or you do an interview, or you stay silent. You don't release a product to sell it to people, to get people to listen to that product, to tell your side of the story. That's not right. That's not morally right. Somebody got shot in this situation. Somebody could have got killed, and you're going, instead of addressing it like a grown man, you're selling a product to people and saying, go listen to this and you'll get the side of the story, and you're making money off that. That's like releasing T-shirts of Megan's foot shot, and being like, yo, buy this T-shirt.
That's stupid, man. I'm sorry, but that's stupid.
That's his team decided on that. Him and his team. That's piss poor execution. You don't do that. That's like R. Kelly when he got accused of all those accusations of being with underage females. When he got accused of that, imagine if he didn't release a statement, if he didn't say anything. He was silent throughout the whole time. And instead, when that Surviving R. Kelly documentary came out, he responds with the album called I Survived. And he addresses everything in the music. He says, go listen to my album if you want to hear what I have to say. You know how messed up that would be? You know how much backlash R. Kelly would have got? He would have gotten 10 times more backlash. That's exactly the same thing that's happened here. I'm not accusing Tory Lanez. I don't know what happened that night. I was talking about how he told his side of the story is horrible. You don't tell it like that. He should have released a statement. His lawyers should have released a statement and said, hey, all the facts aren't out. Please do not, chastise and penalize and whatever, throw stones at Tory Lanez without knowing all the facts. So that's what I said in the video. I didn't blame Tory Lanez for anything. Watch the video again, and I just wanted to address that. But let's talk about Tory Lanez getting a charge with actually felony assault. Here's the article. I want to go over it. Variety got it as the first.
Started from the beginning, like what happened, like from.
I mean, to start from the beginning,
like
I've done videos on it, but basically in July 12th, Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, who were close friends at the time, they were in a, I guess a security like truck, whatever.
Yeah, they were in an
Like,
Escalade or
yeah,
something.
Escalade, something like
Yeah.
that. And there's two sides to the story. Megan says, an argument happened. I think she said that,
Right.
and excuse me, she, some argument happened. Tory Lanez shot her. That's what he said. That's what she says. Tory Lanez denies everything. If you listen to the album, he says that's not what happened. Something else happened. And then you have other people that are close to Tory Lanez or Megan saying that, Megan's had a lot of problems with alcohol because, her grandmother passed, her mom passed. So she's dealing with things, and she probably caused Tory Lanez to shoot her.
So they were both drunk under the influence?
Possibly. I know Tory Lanez was. I think it was confirmed.
Then if he was, she was too.
Probably. So, but that doesn't, dude. Here's the thing, right? Let's just say Tory Lanez did do this. Just I'm not saying he did. Let's say hypothetically he did do this. Right. Even if Megan Thee Stallion is causing, is punching you or is frustrating you, you don't shoot her.
Wait, okay, go ahead. Yeah.
You don't shoot. What warrants you shooting somebody?
Like, how does that happen in accident?
What warrants you? No. Let me ask you this question. What warrants you shooting somebody? What is the only thing that warrants you to shoot somebody? Answer the question. What is the one thing the one thing that warrants you to shoot somebody is when your life is in danger, you should shoot somebody. Nothing else. You don't shoot somebody because you're in an argument with them. You don't shoot somebody because you're in your feelings. You shouldn't have a license to carry a weapon if you're shooting somebody because you disagree or they're putting their hands on you. Unless your life is in danger, you feel like your life is in danger at that moment, you have a right to shoot that person. Now, we don't know what happened that night. Maybe Tory Lanez felt like his life was in danger, and that's the only way he could escape, by shooting her. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not putting things into people's minds. I'm just saying that's the only thing that would warrant Tory Lanez to shoot her, is if his life was in danger. Logically, that's the only reason I would shoot somebody, is if my life was in danger. I would not shoot somebody just to shoot somebody because I'm in an argument with somebody. That doesn't make any sense. So.
Also, they're saying that, okay, so on August 20th, Megan publicly named Tory Lanez as her shooter for the first time.
Yeah.
She said that 4 people had been in the car and that she got out to distance herself from an argument that had started.
See, an argument started.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying Tory Lanez did anything. I'm just saying, just say, if an argument happens, right, yeah, does that warrant you to shoot somebody?
I mean, how far did it go?
It doesn't matter. You don't shoot somebody, dog. Shooting somebody is no, man. You don't shoot somebody. That's no.
First of all, there shouldn't have been a gun in there.
Yeah, like I don't know, security's gun. If Tory Lanez had it,
like,
whoever had it, this whole situation is, man. Tory Lanez's execution, I was so bad, and people don't even realize.
Now he probably messed up his whole career.
That's not a good way to talk about it. So let me go over the article because I'm skipping over the actual article. Let me see. Rapper Tory Lanez, who was charged with assault on Thursday, which was this past Thursday, in connection to the July 12th incident in which Megan Thee Stallion suffered gunshot wounds to her feet, which she posted a photo. It's sad that she had to prove that she got shot, because a lot of people are like, oh, she didn't get shot. Like, you guys are, some of the people that think like this are so, there's a video, literally video footage of her walking out the vehicle and blood's coming out.
Yeah, all over.
Yeah,
you can just see it.
So how, there's nothing lying about that, man. People are so weird. So she had to post a photo of that, but let me continue with the article. Tory Lanez responded to him getting charged with assault. He responded on Twitter. He said, "Time will tell, and the truth will come to light. I have all faith in God to show that. Love to all my fans and people that have stayed true to me and know my heart. A charge is not a conviction." I agree. A charge is not a conviction, so don't penalize this guy and go crazy on him. A charge is not a conviction. That is true. If you have supported me or Meg through this, I genuinely appreciate you. So that's his response to being charged with assault. Let me see what else. Comments in Daystar track album, 17 tracks. Charged assault on women, who's obviously Megan Thee Stallion per information. Let me go to the actual, because this is like the response. Where's the actual article?
Yeah, I don't know. I was on Pitchfork.
Nah, let me see. Variety had it. Let me see. But this is this whole incident is just,
Yeah, that's there was actually pictures of her foot, man. That looked pretty bad.
Yeah, I just mentioned that earlier. Charged with assault. This is information provided by the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office. So they have, I'm sure they have, if there's video footage of it happening at that moment, or if somebody's recorded something, they have everything that happened that night. The Los Angeles District Attorney's Office. It says the rap artist known as Tory Lanez has been charged with assaulting a female friend. They didn't say Megan Thee Stallion. They said female friend, but everybody knows as Megan. In the Hollywood Hills earlier this year, Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office announced today. The announcement starts as Daystar Peterson, a.k.a. Tory Lanez, was charged today in case with one felony count, each assault with a semi-automatic firearm, personal use of a firearm, and carry on a loaded, unregistered firearm in the vehicle. There you go. He doesn't even have the rights to be holding that weapon right now. So man, just the defendant also faces gun allegations that he personally inflicted great bodily injury. Let me see. If convicted as charged, the defendant faces a possible maximum sentence of 22 years and 8 months in state prison. Now, I want to talk about this too because I kind of understand why Tory Lanez released an album talking about it, because if he actually goes away for this long, he has to feed his family. He has family. So with albums, with music is the only way he can do it. And he's an artist. So I'm not penalizing Tory Lanez for releasing music about the incident, because he is an artist. That's how he gets out his emotions, his feelings. He is an artist at the end of the day. But it was just not saying anything in between of everything that happened. And then finally, when you say something, you release an album. So it forces people to go listen to the album to hear your side of the story. So that's what I have a problem with. Not that he released an album later. If he would have had a statement released or said something in between that and then released an album, I would have been like, that's fine. But that's my problem with Tory Lanez, and how he handled his situation was just, no, it's not the way you handle things at all.
I mean, as far as getting 22 years and 8 months, of course, the lawyers are going to do their job to cut that down to, if it goes,
Yeah, a lot of celebrities, they don't get.
they're not going to put 22 years.
Yeah, a lot of celebrities don't get the maximum sentence.
That seems way too much.
I mean, his lawyers will probably get him. I'm almost willing to bet he's going to get.
A couple years, I could see it happen 100%.
Unless they have great evidence. We don't know how much evidence they have.
Yeah.
So they don't really have a lot of evidence. I can see him just getting probation and getting out of it.
Yeah, it's possible.
If his lawyers are that good, 100%. So yeah, that was my problem with Tory Lanez and this whole incident. I'm kind of over talking about this because it's kind of repeated over and over, and I see it all the time. I feel bad for Megan Thee Stallion. She's been through a lot recently, and because she's my age, she's 25 years old, so to be in the spotlight, to deal with all these problems, losing your grandmother, losing your mother, and then having to deal with this incident, it's just a messed up situation, and praying for everybody in the situation and what exactly happened, because getting shot anywhere is not. I'm sure it's not fun, So, So I just wanted to elaborate on my video. I wanted to elaborate on this. Talk about if he gets 22 years, that's gonna be fucking insane. But
I like his music, so
I'm not really a fan of Tory Lanez music.
I am.
My brother probably likes it more. I'm not really. I've never been really a fan of Tory Lanez. I don't know. There's a couple of tracks I like here and there. Whenever he releases a project, I'll probably check them out. But I don't like when Tory Lanez releases the music. I don't go there and be like, oh, let me go check it out. That's he's talented though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
he's a very talented artist. There's just certain artists, even when they're talented, and even when I know that they're talented, I just don't like their delivery or something about their flow or their voice that I just don't like. And I can't get the same thing with Big Sean. It's no disrespect to Big Sean. He's a very talented artist. The recent album he dropped, everybody loves it. I love Deep Reverence with Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace. I love that record. But I just don't like Big Sean, his delivery, his sound. I just don't like that. But he's a very lyrical and great artist other than that.